Welcome to a short introduction to fractions. In this lesson, we begin learning about fractions. Fractions are used every day whenever we divide something into equal parts. By the end of the lesson, you will understand what a fraction is and how to read and write fractions correctly. We will also identify the numerator and the denominator and recognize fractions in everyday life. Let's first look at the terminology. We will look at what the numerator and denominator of a fraction are. If we have a fraction 3 out of 8, this fraction represents, for example, 3 pieces of a circular pie which is cut up into 8 equal pieces. The value on the top part of the fraction is known as the numerator, and the value on the bottom part of the fraction is known as the denominator. A fraction tells us about equal parts of a whole. Imagine sharing an orange equally between 4 people. Each person receives 1/4 of the orange. Fractions are always described in equal parts. Sharing a watermelon equally between 8 people. Each person receives 1/8 of the watermelon. Now imagine sharing a pizza equal between 6 people. Each person receives 1/6 of the pizza. Suppose a pizza is cut into 8 equal slices. At lunch, 3 slices are eaten. So the fraction eaten is 3 out of 8. The fraction which is not eaten is 5 out of 8. Now imagine sharing a chocolate bar equally between 16 people. Each person receives 1/16 of the bar of chocolate. Fractions have special names. We read the numerator first, then we read the denominator. With practice, reading fractions becomes very easy. Let's take a look at some examples. 1/2, 1/3, 1/4, 2/5, and 3/4. We can represent these in pictures as well. So here's 1/2, or 1 out of 2. Here's 1/3, or 1 out of 3. Here's 1/4, or 1 out of 4. Here's 2/5, or 2 out of 5. And here's 3/4, or 3 out of 4. Fractions only work when the whole has been divided into equal parts. If the pieces are different sizes, they do not represent correct fractions. Here, for example, we have a circle which is cut up into 8 equal pieces. Here, 3 parts are shaded one colour and 5 parts are shaded another colour. And here, 7 out of 8 are shaded one colour and 1 out of 8 are shaded another colour. And similarly here, we have 1 out of 8 shaded one colour and 7 out of 8 shaded the other colour. Now pause the slideshow and have a go at this exercise. Press play when you're ready to view the solutions. Solutions are coming up shortly. Now pause the slideshow and have a go at this exercise. Press play when you're ready to view the solutions. Solutions are coming up shortly. Before moving on to the next lesson, do carry out a quick check of your knowledge. Can you say which number is the numerator in a fraction And which number is the denominator? Can you say what the denominator tells us? And can you answer whether fractions must have equal parts? Let's now summarize the key things we've learnt in this lesson. Remember that fractions represent equal parts. The top number is known as the numerator and the bottom number is known as the denominator. And you can find fractions used in everyday life. This brings us to the end of this session. Do attempt the exercises in your textbook related to this topic. Thank you very much for listening.